If you want to see me create my first look with Quad of the Month number 4 for 2020, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, I have Quad number 4 or Quad for April with me here today. If you have not seen the intro to this quad, I will put it right here for you. If you have, you may recall that these are all Makeup Geek shadows. And I am very jazzed about Makeup Geek. I did a first unboxing and swatches video. I'll put those two right here for you just for context. And I loved them so much that subsequently I made another order with Makeup Geek for another set of their older singles. So this is their original formula, original round pan single shadows, and I was just, they blew me away, really. I really think I'm going to do a deeper outer V with this shadow and inner to center lid. Hopefully you can see, it's kind of a yellow color with this shadow. So we are talking about inner piece and voltage. I'm pretty sure those are it right there. So let's just get started, shall we? I'm going to go straight in to inner piece with this Sephora shadow brush. It's part of a 5 brush set, and my crease brush is from the same set. I don't remember the name of the set, but it's kind of a beigey handle. And I'm just going to go in, like I said, with inner piece, but I always forget I need a mirror. So hang on. I'm going to grab my trusty Cover FX cream shadow quad and use that. Okay, so which side? Okay, there we go. Have to make sure it's a very deep shadow. I have to make sure I have the right side of the brush. So let's go in. Oh, and I do have eye primer on, and I did set it with Wheat from my Pan That palette, the Smashbox Matte Exposure, if you're wondering what is already on my eye. But let's go in now with the official shadow of the day. And I was really impressed with this matte inner piece when I did the swatches. It just looks bomb. So we will see how it performs on my peepers. A little bit more. That is not a usual color, although it gives me subculture vibes, to be honest. And I'm just going to use my crease brush to go up a little bit. Oh boy, why did I do that? I just swept my fallout and made it permanent. I'll have to clean that up in a bit. Okay, as I went over it, I don't know if you saw it just made a big patch right here. So that's not the best. Let's go up higher. I'm really hoping it blends okay. Okay, I'm going to go back in. I was not expecting to have that kind of a situation. I really expected it to blend out effortlessly. So I think what I'm going to do is put a little bit on my crease brush as opposed to trying to take it from the lid and go up, and see if it just keeps the color a little bit better. This might be a pat down matte as opposed to a sweeping matte. And I don't encounter those very often. Okay, I'm going to leave that alone, I think, for the most part. think I'm going to use what's left on the brush and bravely go in here toward the inner lid. See if I can tie it together without looking like I have a black eye. Okay, it's a little weird. I don't know if you can tell. There's like sky blue here, there's like purple here, and then it goes into more of a navy down here. Very weird. I'm going to put in a little bit back onto the crease brush just to see if I can even this out here without making it too dark. Wow. This is a lot deeper than I expected. Let's go and see if we can just keep making it even. I'm going to go in with an angled brush, or no, I think a smudger. I'll go down and add some, I'm not sure which brush I'm going to use. I'm going to go and add some of the same color down on the lower lash line. After all that, I did decide to use my usual angled brush, so we're going to do that. All right, so I've got a little bit on here, and just go down here, pat and drag. Okay, this is not working for me. This is far, far, far too dark. I have other stuff to do today, and I don't want to take this look any further. So I am going to redo my eye makeup and be right back, and let's just start over. Okay, that was interesting. I redid my base eye makeup for this eye and fixed up my, my cheek as well because there was deep inner piece all over, which did not help give me inner peace. We're going to take a different approach. I did not plan on doing this, but I'm going to start off with this color instead. I wanted to smoke it out, but inner piece, just the color is not consistent throughout the matte, and I was getting some kind of purpley areas, some bluish areas, and it was looking just like I don't know how to put makeup on, which is not the case. So I'm going to start off with this as a base. And even though, I mean, I set my eye with a beige matte, it should have worked, but so I'm just totally confused. So I'm going to start off with this one, and then put this on the outer V, and then gently put this on. I don't know if it's going to look as good as I was hoping that these two would have, but I have what I have. So we are going to gently start over, and I'll be less confident, but I'm sure we can make this work. So I'm going to go back in with my crease brush, which I have cleaned off, and I'm going to go into, not inner piece, but Surf's Up. This guy right here. So let's use Surf's Up, and I need a mirror again. I think I'm just going to change things around and use the mirror in my Pan That palette. So going in with Surf's Up, as I said. So here we go, tapping off maybe. Just I'm getting sheepish here. So we're going to go in the crease with Surf's Up. It's got kind of a silvery blue. Let's find my zen again. Usually putting eyeshadow on is so relaxing for me. And it's so funny that that shadow is called Inner Peace. It's just hilarious to me that that is the name of that shadow. Goodness. Watch out if one's called Self-Destruction. Maybe that one would apply like a dream. I don't know. I just think that was just hilarious. And it is very silver. Surf's Up is very silver. It could almost be called, what's that superhero? Silver dude. I can't remember. But I have a feeling this might help inner piece work better. I'm going to put this same shadow on the outer lower lash line with that angled brush I used earlier. And making sure I get the right side. Okay, and it's down here. I'm going to use inner piece as a liner on the bottom lash line. I'm going to go back in with my crease brush for just a little bit more of that Surf's Up. Again, it's very gray compared to, I thought there was going to be more blue in it. This is definitely turning out better than my first attempt. Okay, so I'm going to go in with inner piece again, but I'm going to be very cautious and take it little by little. Okay, I'm going to go in with this full coverage shadow brush from Smashbox. It's a little bit more control than the other one I was using, so we'll see if that helps. And I just patted whatever was the kick up on the inner piece shadow, and I'm just going to tap it on. If anybody watching has the inner piece shadow from Makeup Geek and you have any tips for me, I am all ears. We can all learn from each other. This is definitely not a shadow, at least for my skill, that I will consider a blending crease shadow. Okay. You know, it's good to be humbled on a regular basis because we all have stuff to learn. And sometimes it's bad makeup, but sometimes it's just not being familiar with the way a given shadow behaves. Okay, so far this is not looking like a train wreck. That's good. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to blend it out when I need to for the harsh line, but I'm not going to use inner piece to blend it out. I'll go back to Surf's Up and just soften up the line with that shadow instead. And I don't want to go too far out on the outer V, because that will make it harder to clean up. So I think I've got just the right angle, and I'm going to go down, not with my angled brush. I'm going to go down over on this side with a small smudger brush, just so that I have control. And I'm going to use my favorite little smudger brush from Smashbox. I think it's the Precision Smudger, Precise Smudger. And I'm going to pick up just a little bit of inner piece. So just a tiny bit right there, and I'm going to go upward, a little bit wider on the outer edge, and then going pretty narrow as I go toward the center lid. Center lower lid, that is. Okay, so that's not looking too bad. And then once I'm done, I can soften up with Surf's Up underneath that line. Okay, this is looking way more promising than what we started with, isn't it? Okay, I'm liking this way, way, way more. All right, so what I want to do is I'm going to take another brush and soften up the edge right here. And I think I'm going to do that with Surf's Up. So I'm running out of brushes. I'm going to use this fluffy brush and just see if I can soften up that harsher line. That worked super well. How come it didn't blend for me the first time? Holy cow, that was just so much easier. Okay, is it between the palette and the chair? Is that the problem? I don't know. Actually really liking it as is. Okay, let's do a little bit of Surf's Up underneath this blue, the inner piece. So I'm just going to tap it off just a little bit, and I just want to go underneath again. Okay, I'm good with this. So let's go into Voltage, this yellow color. Hopefully the camera's picking it up. It's kind of a nice shimmery, duochrome yellow if memory serves. And I'm going to go in with my multitasker brush. And I want to get really precise on the inner lid. I was really excited for this combo, so I hope it works out. I'm going to go on the inner lid. And I'm going to go in with my finger to just accentuate the color now. So it looks like it can act like a topper. It's very, very sheer. I want to make sure I get the coverage that I want. And I'm going to go in a little bit more on the inner corner, well, very, very inner lid. Okay, and I want to go in with my crease brush and add just a little bit more Surf's Up, just a tiny bit higher. Okay, that works. And then let's see what Stardust does. Okay, so Stardust looks like it's going to be really good right on the inner corner and then on the brow bone. So that's what I'm going to do. But for inner corner, I'm going to use a very, very tiny brush. I'm going to use this one, the M149 from Morphe. It's pretty small, and I'm going to go into Stardust, picking up just a little bit. That might be a bit much. Okay, half that. And I'm going to go right onto the inner corner. Okay, that added a little something. And then for the brow bone, I'm going to use my Smashbox contour shadow brush to add a little bit more of Stardust right on the brow bone. And Stardust is very powdery. To be careful how much I put on, just to tie the two together. Okay, so now that I have that done, I feel like I need to add some more of that Surf's Up down here. Doesn't seem to show up enough. I might... maybe just a little bit. Okay, so a little bit of Surf's Up, just a little bit. I'm just going to add a tiny bit more here. Okay, I think that looks better. And I want to go and use this brush again to do a very thin line of inner piece on the upper lash line. So let's see how that works. So I've got just a little bit on the brush. I'm just going to kind of stamp it along the lash line. And not too much because I don't want to cover up the nice effect of voltage. But I want my upper lash line to be a little bit deeper, a little bit more defined than it is right now. Okay, I'm liking this now. It looks pretty decent. I'm happy with how inner piece ended up working out. And all I want to do now is repeat it on the other side, which I'll actually do off camera because I've already taken a lot of your time with that first false start. And then we will talk about how to finish up the look. I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Both eyes are done, as you can see. And the good news is that I ended up using every one of the shadows in this quad. And I really didn't think I would. I did not think I was going to use Surf's Up today, but as it turns out, Surf's Up and Inner Piece are really good, a good pairing. And Surf's Up seems to have made Inner Piece behave pretty well in the crease. So obviously, for some reason, the beigey matte that I had underneath the first time, it just didn't work, or I'm not sure exactly why. Inner Piece started showing different colors because I don't seem to be having the same problem, but again, I didn't blend it out nearly as much. I mean, I blended it out maybe 20% of what I did the first time. But I'm liking the look. It's not colors I would normally use, but I'm liking what happened. And let's just finish up what I started then. All I want to do is put some liner and some mascara and freshen up my lip gloss, and I think that's pretty much it. So all I'm going to use is this little tiny Urban Decay Zero pencil on the upper waterline. And I'm going to use a few coats of this mascara from Estee Lauder. It's the Sumptuous Extreme. And the lip gloss that I'm using is also from Estee Lauder, and it's called Pure Envy 210. And it's a Shameless Glow lip gloss. So I'm going to go and take care of all of those things and put some all-nighter setting spray on, and I'll be right back. All right, here is the final look, and I think it turned out pretty well. What do you think? I'm pretty happy. I did end up using, as I said, the Urban Decay Zero on the upper waterline, and interestingly enough, it wasn't sticking on the inner third of the waterline, which is really unusual. Not sure why. I don't know if it's just not playing nicely with Inner Piece, but I ended up putting more of Inner Piece back on because this rubbed some of it off, and I think it looks fine. So the rest of the upper waterline, it worked fine, but for some reason it just would not work right in the corner. And I did use the Estee Lauder Sumptuous Extreme Mascara. I have some on my upper and lower lashes. 2 coats on the upper lashes, 1 coat on the lower lashes, and just pinched back so that it's not too crazy down there. And I also used the all-nighter setting spray, which I usually use these days as my default setting spray, and we're done. For anything else that is on my face, you can always find it in the description box, from morning skincare all the way up to the end of this makeup application. And that's it. I thank you so much for joining me on this first look with Quad of the Month number 4, which is the Quad for April. And let's take one last look at this little guy. with the eye look today. And that's all she wrote. Let me know what you think of the look and of the interesting developments in this video. I would love to hear your thoughts. I look forward to reading them, and also look forward to seeing you in the next video. But for now, take care.